Hey everybody, it's Saratoga, and this is your weekly focus card reading for the week beginning February 17th through February 23rd, 2020. And as you can see, this card has the word trust on it. And this is a beautiful card because of what it indicates for us to really be thinking about this week. And what I want you to contemplate is, I know it has a 0 at the top. Now I know this is a tarot deck and I'm not really reading it as a tarot card. I'm reading it more in terms of the image and the word on it. But I like that 0 at the top because it kind of implies bring yourself back to a center point, back to that 0 point. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. But first, I want to invite you guys to ask yourselves a question over the course of the week, or something to contemplate over this week. What is it that you are trusting in your life? Now, a lot of times we're trusting beliefs that we have, we're trusting thoughts that we have, and I particularly want to bring up the subject of your thoughts, because we humans have this very strange habit of, if it enters our minds as a thought, we embrace it as, quote, our thought or my thought, and we immediately regard it as true, real, or something to very seriously consider. But the thing is, there's thoughts flowing through our minds all the time. Some are valid, a lot of them are not. So ask yourself, especially if you're having a difficult time, ask yourself, what am I trusting right now? What belief am I trusting? What belief do I hold in my mind that I am trusting at this moment that is causing me to feel the sense of despair or sadness or fear or whatever it is, anxiety, whatever it is you're feeling? Ask yourself, what am I trusting to be real in order for this experience to be happening? What am I believing to be true in order for this experience to be happening for me? And when you ask yourself that question, I think you'll find it extremely revealing. Now, as far as the image on this card is concerned, I think what it's really showing us is it is time to now shift into a forward movement away from, so she's shifting towards something, but she's also shifting away from something. She's shifting away from her previous center of gravity, her previous center of standing still, right? And you see there's motion in this card. There's forward motion. So she's going forward with trust, and her eyes are closed because she doesn't really know where it's going to lead, but she's trusting something that she is going in the right direction. So what I would say she's trusting is the light. And you can see there's swirls and light around her that kind of indicate new territory, new energy, certainly just light itself. It's a positive card. It's a very positive feel to this card. So here's the thing. If you are trusting your old way of life, if you are trusting your past as the best indicator of who you really are, and I put that in quotes, there's probably a whole lot of stuff in your life that you are trusting that is actually keeping you stuck. So that's what I want to suggest to you guys to contemplate this week. What are you trusting in your life that is actually keeping you stuck? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of so that you can lean forward, lean into a new future, one that is at a higher vibration, one that is focused on the light itself? And even if you can't see where that's going, see, she has her physical eyes closed, so she can't physically see what's ahead of her. But there's something within her that has a sense of knowing, like, I know, I feel, I intuitively know that this is right because it feels right, because it feels positive, it feels like a higher vibration, it feels like a higher energy. So what is that inner wisdom telling you? What is your inner quest to find something far beyond where you've been? To release. And look at the position of her arms. That's a position of release. It looks like she just let go. She just let go and she's falling forward with her eyes closed, completely trusting where she's going. And if you'll notice, the light around her face is very bright. So she's really looking towards the light. She's looking upwards towards the light. So let's just sort of encapsulate this for the week. If you really start to consider what you've been trusting that's been keeping you stuck, what you need to let go of, perhaps you need to place your trust in something higher. Perhaps you need to start placing your trust on your inner wisdom, on your intuition, on the light that radiates from within you. Perhaps you need to place your trust on your higher self, on what you know to be your true purpose. So this card is really talking about shifting from one place to a new and higher and better and more light-filled place. Okay, so I just want to say one more thing before I complete this, because I just don't think this is something we ever really consider. So much of the reason that we humans get stuck in our lives is really because we're trusting all the wrong things. Okay, we're trusting how we were educated, we're trusting how we were conditioned, we are trusting all the stuff we were told. And sometimes that trust is misplaced, because a lot of times if you're trusting stuff you've been told about the way that it is, and you might be seeing, wait a second, things aren't turning out to be the way I was told they were going to turn out, yet you continue to persist in trusting that old program. Okay, then it's going to be the same situation, and then you wonder why you're stuck. So the topic of trust, examining what you trust in your life, is probably one of the best ways that you can get yourself unstuck in the fastest possible way and begin to move forward in your life with your purpose into a higher energy, a higher vibration, a higher frequency of light, love, and who you really are. So with that, I'm wishing you all a beautiful week, and I will talk to you all next time. Namaste, everyone.